January 20th. Happy Inauguration Day. And let's just cut to the chase. First of all, I did record a segment on Monday, but it was garbage, and so I am not going to include that footage here. And then yesterday, coming out and getting into the car, it was pretty dark, and my mood was still kind of crappy from last week's pity party, and I just wasn't feeling it, you guys. I apologize. I just was not feeling it. But today, the sun had come out for just a little while, and the pity party ended about 2-something this morning. Pity party ended at about 2-something this morning when I realized, or remembered, I remembered that the reason I started self-publishing my work, the reason I started working with new writers who wanted help learning how to self-publish was for pleasure and not profit. I actually enjoy writing and having my writing in a printed, bound book form. Tickles me to no end. And even though my childhood dream was to be a world-renowned published author, one of the things that I realize about myself as I have aged is that I am not driven by money or the perception of having money. In other words, I do not buy things, have things, or do things so that other people will think I'm, quote, rich, wealthy, whatever. I have always wanted to have experiences over material possession. And the few material things that I really want, I want because I enjoy them, not because somebody's going to look at it and go, ooh, she must be this, or she's that, or I genuinely do not care what other people think about me owning swords, knives, 3D puzzles, a butt ton of pens, 18 million different planners, my Dodge Charger, the corsets, or anything that I have. I don't care if other people like it or not, because those things make me happy. So all this whining and complaining in my head, and unfortunately in last week's vlog, about validation, and I'm just going to stop because nobody cares, and that is such, excuse my language, bullshit when I think about who I am at my core. And so, screw all of that noise. Just stop that. I get so caught up in, what the experts say, and 'tis the season. There's like a couple of fairly popular, I don't know, personalities, gurus, self-help, I don't even know how to classify them. But anyway, there are quite a few, this being January. You've got a bunch of businesses that are touting, sign up, take this course to learn how to profit on, or sign up and take this course and learn how to be the best business person ever. Sign up and take this course and learn how to write copy that'll automatically convert everybody who reads it. Those kinds of things, right? There's a lot of that going on. And I admit I get caught up in all of that coming through via my email. I need to unfollow a whole bunch of people, and now that I say that, it's recorded. I'm going to clean up my email, my subscriptions and whatnot. I'm going to clean all that up this weekend, because every time they run a campaign or try to sell something, I'm left feeling like, I've got to spend this money because, if I do this, then people will buy. No, I don't care. I like having an income. I really want to work for myself, and I like being able to support myself. I like being able to live indoors and have hot and cold running water and eat, because I realize that is an amazing thing to have. But by that same token, I'm not so driven by this need for other people to put me in positions to earn that I'm willing to sacrifice who I am at my core. But anyway, so I've gotten caught up in all of this. You've got to make money. You've got to make money. If your business isn't making money, it's not a business. If your business isn't making money, it's not worth looking at. You know, there are a lot of people that I have networked with that upon initial conversation, right? We've talked and they've said things like, oh, you know, I really want to write a book, or I really think what you're doing is cool. You know, we should do coffee. We should do whatever. And this was, of course, back before, you know, COVID shut all that down. But, you know, it was all this, oh yeah, we need to do blah, 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 right? And then you get on the various networking platforms, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, or whatever. And I'm not really active on any of that because, again, I'm not chasing likes. I'm not chasing all of that good stuff, right? And none of them follow through with me. None of them. And maybe it's me, but in the back of my mind, it's like, oh, because I don't have a big platform, because I'm not out here hustling for follows and likes and all this good jazz, then I'm not really the person you want to network with. I'm not really the person you want to hang with. I'm not really the person you want to be seen with, because I'm not going to further your outreach. I'm not going to further your goal. The fact that maybe I can help you do what you want to do in terms of writing, in terms of self-publishing, well, that's all well and good, but being associated with me is not going to get them any more recognition. And so why do it, right? Why put in the effort? And I see these same people on these platforms, and their message is, don't do it for the likes, do it to make a genuine connection. It just rings disingenuous to me, because that's not the case. Most folks who are commenting, liking, and sharing and all that good jazz are doing it for a return on investment. This isn't out of the goodness of their hearts. This isn't because they genuinely like what someone is saying or doing. It's because they want to be seen and therefore liked and followed back. And that's just not me. Social media and I just don't work out. I think the reason I'm getting into the vlog deal is, on the one hand, I do want to share my writing with a wider audience. I do want people to buy my books. Let's just cut to the chase. I do want people to buy my books. But I don't want to do it in a way that feels cheesy. I don't want to do it in a way that's not authentic to why I'm here. So, yes, I want you to buy my books. I'm not going to fall into and start doing the stereotypical things I see marketers and, quote, I don't even know what to call them, because they denounce traditional marketing, but they're still marketing. They're still using those old psychological tricks to get people to like, follow, subscribe, buy, blah, 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 right? And that's not me. That's not me. That's not going to be me. What you're going to get is me talking to this camera and posting these videos up, and then sending an email to my email followers, or the folks subscribed to my website, I should say, all 9 of them. Anyway, sending an email next week saying, hey, I got this book for sale. If y'all want it, feel free to read these first 5 pages, because I do want you to try it before you buy it. I don't want somebody buying a book for me. They get it, and then they're like, this is crap, and I don't ever want to read this again. Mostly because I don't have a refund policy just yet, because I'm selling these bad boys out of my trunk, and financially, I can't afford a refund policy just yet. So again, true transparency. Once you buy it, it's yours. Do with it what you will, because you can't return it. So I definitely want folks to read first, decide if they want to spend the $9.99 plus tax to get the book, and so on, right? And that's for the print, because of course the download, the digital is way cheaper, but we'll get to that. Anyway, all of that to say, I feel so much better now. The pressure's off. I have, I'm going to go live on in my Facebook group, but even that, I'm like, whether they show up or not, I'm going to get some writing done. I'll be there to answer some questions, and then we can keep it moving. That live is going to be my way to hold myself accountable, because I need to get some writing done. And if folks want to join me, they join me. If they don't, they don't. And oh my God, it feels so good to be at peace with that, because I really was torturing myself there for a little while, and I have tortured myself on and off. And again, it's because I get caught up in, buy my course and I'll turn you into, mega millionaire, and you can quit your job and work for yourself, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, that's the dream. But I obviously have to find a way to do it that is authentic and true to me. And that means that we just get back to basics and go on about our business. Pleasure over profit. Profit's nice, but how I feel at the end of the day is what really matters and what drives me to do all that I do. So, okay, all that to say, woo, I'm so glad I got that figured out. Now, I mentioned a bunch of indie authors that I wanted to do a video on. It was supposed to be just a little segment that I was going to plug into last week's vlog, but I pulled the books off the shelf. I wrote some notes down, and realized there's one author that I want to talk about, and she has, I think, like 4 or 5 books in the works, 2 or 3, there may be more than that are actually published. I've only read the one, but I follow her, and I've only read the one because I enjoyed it. It's not my genre, but I will, of course, share and recommend her along with all these other folks with you. So I had planned on filming that video over this past weekend, but again, pity party, and I'm sitting there in my apartment just not wanting to do much of anything, in terms of human beings, writing and business and all that good jazz. But that video is coming. In fact, by the time this one gets, by the time you're watching this, I'm not going to promise it's already out, but what I will say is it's at least been recorded and is in the process of being edited for sure, if it's not already been posted. And if it's been posted, then of course there'll be a link down below. But anyway, I think that's going to do it for today. Just wanted to share that, yay, I'm out of my funk and ready to rock and roll. So you guys take it easy, enjoy it, enjoy the rest of your day, or whatever time you're watching. I don't know when the people watch the thing. Do I? No. So I'm just gonna sign off now and finish this commute. Howdy ho, good neighbors. It is Thursday. Yay! One day closer to Friday. It is Thursday, January 21st, and it is another rainy, dreary kind of afternoon, evening. So won't be a lot of recording going on today, because I don't know about you, but I just don't feel like talking much, even to myself, or I guess to you watching this. When it's like this, it's just, I don't really want to be bothered. Not to mention that any kind of precipitation on the road, for some reason, makes driving around this area just ridiculous. I mean, I grew up in a place where about 6-7 times out of the year, maybe a few more, wintertime means snow and ice on the roads, and driving gets real tricky. I can tell you, there have been 1 or 2 instances where, the car slid or decided it wanted to do a 360 when I did not need for that to happen. Those kinds of things, right? I've driven in those kinds of conditions. But the other humans on the road didn't seem to have issues with it, we all knew what we were supposed to do on the snow and ice, right? Well, I'm here in this part of Georgia, and bless their hearts, little rain, and you get mad accidents. Just folks ending up careening off the sides of the concrete barriers and whatnot on the highway, or running into each other because they're going too fast for the road conditions. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. So I'm going to go ahead, and before we really get rolling, I'm going to go ahead and flip the switch, and I will hopefully be back to wrap up the vlog tomorrow, Friday, with some sunlight and some reasonably warmer temperatures. I am over this cold, I'll tell you that. But anyway, I will see you tomorrow. All right, folks, it is Friday. Yay! Woo! It is Friday, January 22nd, and I am off to a socially distanced happy hour, and then I'm going home. And when I tell you this weekend's going to be so chill, so I'm sitting in my living room for 2 days straight, that's what I'm looking forward to. I do not plan on doing much of anything. I do have to go grocery shopping. But other than that, no, homie. We are maxing and relaxing and getting ready to push the button on my first, not really practice run, but my first book release email for 2021. Now, if you would like to get down on some of that action, the link, of course, will be below. And what it is, basically, you click the link and you can get the first 5 pages of my book, one of my books, the book that I'm releasing. I guess, why am I being cryptic? Midway through 2020, I think a lot of people hit their breaking point. Racially, financially, in terms of relationships, in terms of just life in general. Folks had enough. And so all of the trauma that went on, all of the, we're not even going to talk about that. We all know 2020 was, And so a lot of people hit their breaking points, right? And subsequently looked to January 2021 as a new beginning. And in the process of kind of thinking about, and I think I talked about this in another vlog, but in thinking about 2021 and thinking about my breakdown in 2020, I looked back through my books and realized that I had kind of already talked about some of the emotional things that I felt over the summer. And I went back to that book and looked at the few scenes between my lead character and her therapist, and I was reminded of what it takes for me to climb out of that dark hole, because 2020 would not be the first time that yours truly suffered what I would consider a breaking point. It was by far the biggest, darkest one I've had, but it certainly was not the first. So anyway, I decided that the first book to be released / re-released as I get back into doing what I love in terms of writing and sharing my writing would be my second full-length novel, Breaking Point, because I'm releasing it to folks who aren't friends and family. And because this is the first book release of the new year, it is the first book release of mine in 6 years, I wanted to offer any new to me readers an opportunity to read the first 5 pages of the book, see if they like it, if it captures their attention, if they're intrigued, if they're curious, etc., before they buy it. Because at this point, as I'm pretty sure I've explained, or maybe I haven't, I don't remember, I don't have a buyback or refund policy in place yet for my writing. A lot of that just has to do with the fact that I'm selling these books direct. I don't have the financial resources to back a refund policy as of yet. Don't panic, I am building one in, but that's why I want to offer people at least the first 5 pages so that they read that. And again, if it captures their attention, if they want to read more, then they more confidently go into a purchase of the book. Now, I will have the book available in print. I've got a limited edition of the print copies, and then it'll be available in e-form, of course, as well. So you can buy either one and see, get your first experience with the storytelling that is mine. that is mine. Oh, none of that makes sense. See, I'm so much better in writing than I am off the cuff with the casual conversation. So yes, definitely, I'm fairly positive you'll like the writing more than you like the vlogs. Whew. Anyway, all that to say, if you're interested, you want to check out one of my books, then go ahead and click the link in the description box, put in your email address, and I will send you the first 5 pages. And that's how that's going to go. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have planned for the weekend, is getting all that set up and getting ready for my first book launch in 2021 and first book launch in 6 years. Hopefully you guys will click the link and see what I'm all about. To that end, I hope everyone had a great weekend, because of course by the time you see this, you will have already had the weekend, blah, blah, blah. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Hope you're working on having a great week, and I will see you in the next one.